Hey guys, so we're doing the speed test and camera test comparison here between the new Zenfone 3 and the OnePlus 3. Very affordable handsets, bringing a lot to the table. So we're just going to start them up here and see how they compare. I think we're getting Snapdragon 625 versus Snapdragon 820. 4 gigs of RAM versus 6 gigs of RAM, 16 megapixel camera versus I think 16 megapixel as well, or is it 12? Can't remember. One of the two. Oh, Zenfone. So the Zenfone does actually boot on faster here. We have set up the fingerprint scanner on both of them, so we can check that out. So let's see, one on the back obviously, so we'll just turn the screens off, and 3, 2, 1. So the OnePlus 3 is a little bit quicker there. Let's try it again. 3, in fact, can you do it on the screen off? Yeah, you can. So you can see it's reliable, but it doesn't seem to be quite as fast as the OnePlus 3s when the screen's off. So that is quite interesting, and because it's on the back as well, you might not be quite as accurate, but it does seem to be quite good nevertheless. So we're just going to check out the performance here. You can see everything should be closed off, and before I start as well, you can have a look here. We have got the performance mode on, so you can see I don't think we get a performance mode on the OnePlus 3, but there's no power saving or anything on. This is running Oxygen OS as well, 3 point something or other, 2.3, 3.2.2, so latest basically. And you're going to see so far the OnePlus seems to be a little bit ahead here when it comes to the day-to-day apps. We do have Zen UI obviously, which can make for a customizable experience, shall we say, but it might slow it down a little bit. Let's check out some heavy games here. So again, the OnePlus seems to be a bit ahead. Obviously we are getting Zenfone 3 Ultra, or Deluxe should I say. Keep calling it Ultra, but it's actually Deluxe, and that might come with something a bit more comparable, Snapdragon 821. But it's doing quite well. You can see it's pretty much kept up there with the first game. So I'll look at FIFA. So this is, oh no, we don't have that. We do have GTA though. So go. Again, just behind the OnePlus.
After 5 years,
So I'll do a dedicated gaming review eventually. We're just going to have a look at another one, because these are obviously like gaming kind of phones here. Yeah, so again, a little bit faster on the OnePlus, and I think we do have Oddworld as well. Some people like that game. I think we're getting some sort of game launcher as well on the Zen UI. So again, only just behind. I'm actually very impressed with the performance on the Zenfone 3 normal here. Let's have a look at the speed of the Wi-Fi. So let's start with the OnePlus 3. See if the latest update has improved things. Wow, that's pretty bad. So it doesn't seem to have improved things here with the latest update. And we're checking out the Zenfone 3. What can you give us? Go on, Zenfone 3. Go on. Oh, nice. Go up, go up, go up. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that. OnePlus 3, eat your heart out. You're getting owned. So that is very nice from standard Zenfone 3 here. So I'm going to give it a very nice score when it comes to the Wi-Fi. What about the real world performance? We can have a look here. So we're just going to open up some websites here. So Pocket Now. Go. Go. So it looks like the adverts load a little bit faster on the OnePlus there. That's annoying. Let's go back. Let's try GSM. Literally identical. Some amazing optimization here with the Zenfone 3. Phone Arena. Go. Again, very close. If you're looking at the loading bars, I think the OnePlus 3 is probably finishing it a little bit quicker, as you can see. But the actual performance seems to be pretty comparable. I'm very shocked actually. So that, wow, even loaded Daily Mail faster here. So let's click on a link. So OnePlus 3 again here a little bit, but you know, there's not a massive difference there that I was expecting, and I'm very impressed with the optimization Asus has done here with this Snapdragon 625, which is obviously mid-range to average kind of processor. So we're going to check out the multitasking here and then round the video off. Look at the camera. So again, 4 gigs of RAM in this model versus 6 gigs of RAM fully utilized. and you can see no reloading. Very nice start here from both of them. Maybe the OnePlus comes up with it a little bit faster, but I'm not complaining. By the way, I did say that the Zenfone 3 was €400, but actually that's incorrect. That's for the deluxe model. The Zenfone 3 standard that we're using here is about €300. So it represents excellent value for money. You can see everything is loading straight back up. That is very nice optimization. I mean, seriously. Wow. It's been having its vitamins. So absolutely no difference really when it comes to multitasking. Awesome performance indeed. So those of you who are interested in the camera, as I said, I think we're getting 16 megapixel versus the shooter on the OnePlus 3. The shooter on the OnePlus 3 drops the laser autofocus that we had on the OnePlus 2 and retains hybrid autofocus. Whereas we do get laser autofocus and dual LED on the Asus. So the major difference you'll find actually in terms of the camera is the modes and stuff that you can put on to the Zenfone 3. You can really go mad when it comes to different things, whereas the OnePlus 3 feels a bit more half-baked. You do get a manual mode, but compared to the manual mode on this boy, I mean, this is just awesome. And if for those of you interested in the actual performance, we can have a look at that. So we did do different shots in good light as well as poor light, and I have to say, I was taken aback at how good the quality of the images were on the Zenfone 3 at night. I was using the auto mode mostly, but I did try as well the low light mode, which uses less megapixels, and the night mode. But you don't even need to use those two modes because the actual auto mode is fantastic in itself. You can see very clear and nice shooting when it comes to difficult environments, as well as lack of kind of graininess. I think it's 3 megapixel low light mode can overexpose things, so I'd probably recommend just using the night mode, which makes for a little bit brighter images if you do want to use those modes. In terms of the daylight kind of performance, I'd say again it's very comparable. Perhaps the OnePlus handles the background exposure a little bit better at the moment compared to the Zenfone 3, which I think you might want to use a HDR mode, using like that to handle the background exposure. But in terms of like the bokeh effects and the close-up shots, very comparable. Couldn't notice a massive difference between them. One thing you do get on the Zenfone 3 is like a amazing mode where you can change like the bokeh effect and the blur effect using like a specific mode, which is pretty awesome. You don't get that obviously on the OnePlus 3. So I think it's called the depth of field mode. There's also, you get super resolution mode as well if you want to have a highly detailed shot and then print it out. So there's all sorts of awesome modes here with the Zenfone 3 to really make the most of the camera. And in terms of video, we did check out the 4K recording. You can have a look at that here. So we're doing 4K test here with the Zenfone 3, checking out the quality of the video. So you can see what you can expect from this phone. It comes with optical image stabilization as well. So far it looks quite smooth to me. So look at the zoom. Not bad at all. I think this is the first phone with 4K video from Asus. And we can just have a look at the focusing. So quite quick. I think it's laser aided focus. So have a look at the exposure. So the exposure seems to be a little bit slow, but it is early software obviously, so that might be improved going forward. And we're doing the same test with the OnePlus 3, so you can see how it compares. Very impressive stuff from the OnePlus 3 if you ask me, in terms of the video. I guess this one also has the optical image stabilization. Very smooth zoom. And on first look here on the screen, to me I think the Zenfone is a little bit more colourful and saturated, similar to how they had it on the Zenfone 2, which was very colourful. Focus is definitely a little bit faster here with the OnePlus 3. As well as the exposure. Yeah. So I think probably the OnePlus 3 is a little bit stronger here when it comes to the video. So as things stand right now, I think in terms of the video, I'd probably go with the OnePlus 3. I think it handles the exposure a little bit better, as well as the focusing. Maybe these things will be, rectified with a software update, because obviously the Zenfone 3 is a newer device and we're using early firmware. All in all, very impressive camera experience. It's just the background kind of exposure, as well as the video, which I think could do a little bit of improvement. The low light is mind-blowingly good compared to the Zenfone 2, as well as the actual camera app. So overall, you can see here, Zenfone 3 competes very well with the OnePlus 3, even though it's using a more mid-range processor, a bit less RAM. And I think the actual battery life is going to be a lot better on the Zenfone 3. I'll probably do a dedicated test just to check that out. In terms of the actual software, I can just do a quick little comparison here. So basically we are getting the Zen UI on the Zenfone 3, and it does give you quite a lot more options than like the stock Android Oxygen OS on the OnePlus 3 in terms of like different things here. Some people might see it as a bit bloatware-ish, but you can uninstall and disable some of the pre-installed apps, whereas the OnePlus 3 comes with a bit more cleaner kind of experience here. So there's not as much bloatware, but there's not as much things you can really do with it as Zen UI. If you go into the actual settings here, you can put on different themes, etc. Whereas this thing, you can do some customization, but you can see we have icon packs, preferences here for different things. So Zen UI is definitely for people who like to customize their phone a little bit more, which is quite nice. I will be doing a more in-depth comparison, I think, between the budget phones, also looking for the Idol 4S if that's available where I am. Just a quick little comparison here. Overall, very nice start from the Zenfone 3. Hope you found the video helpful if you're looking at these two, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.